Hello everyone, this is Yong from your Korea friend. Are you planning a trip to Busan but not sure where to start? In this video, I'll give you tips on traveling Busan and answer questions I received through the comments. There's a lot of things to cover today. I will be covering like this. You can skip to the part you want to see, but I recommend watching the full video first. So take out a note to take some notes as you follow along. If you watch this video, it will help you to plan your trip to Busan. By the way, if you haven't seen the part 1 where to visit video yet, be sure to watch it as well as this one. I'll put the links in the pinned comment. About Busan. Busan means a tall and high mountain like a cauldron. Busan is the second largest city in Korea and is a coastal city. Busan is a city that Koreans also like to travel as it is a city that stands out with its unique characteristics such as famous beaches, touristic attractions, culture, food, and history. Busan was originally called Dongnae since the Silla era. Busan was actually a district in Dongnae. After that, during the Japanese colonial period, Japanese stayed in Busan and raised their power and territory in Busan. As the power of Busan increased, the power of Dongnae decreased. That's how Dongnae began to be called Busan. After that, during the Korean War, many refugees settled in Busan and the population of Busan increased that time. Although Busan is known for its sea, there are so many mountains and hills in Busan as how it has the word mountain in its name. About 47% of Busan is mountainous. Many towns are formed up on the hills. Busan actually was not a planned city, as mentioned earlier. Refugees came to Busan, so it became a dense population. Unlike other planned cities, houses were built first, followed by roads connecting houses, resulting narrow roads. There are many roads going up and down the hill. Busan's roads are notorious because it's convoluted roads. There are many people who are afraid of driving in Busan. So if you're not comfortable driving in Korea, I recommend using public transportation rather than driving in Busan. There aren't much of the tones in Korean that you might know of, but Busan dialect has tones and many sentences are compressed. Even people in Seoul sometimes can't understand Busan dialect. But don't worry, the language isn't much of a problem traveling Busan. Also, we have body language. Next is transportation. To Busan, from Incheon Airport, the easiest way is to just take a connecting flight from Incheon Airport to Gimhae Airport, which is an airport in Busan. Other options are to take a bus from Incheon Airport or go to the Seoul station and take a KTX train. From Seoul, taking a KTX train from Seoul Station or a SRT train from Suso Station is the best way. Other options are to take a bus from Express Bus Terminal or a flight from Gimpo Airport. I have covered this in detail in this video, so please watch it if you want to know why those are the best options. Transportation in Busan includes buses, subways, and taxis. You may ask which is the easiest way to move around, bus or subway in Busan? Since the most attractions are all far away and located on hills or inside island, most of the time you have to use both, so I recommend following neighbor map. To be honest, the best option is a taxi because taxi can go on a road that the subway and bus cannot go. You can save time and go comfortably, but the price is high. You might have to expect over 10,000 won because there is a certain distance between attractions. If you are traveling with 3 or 4 people, I think it is best to just take a taxi. I drove around to visit Busan attractions, but sometimes I took taxi because it was difficult to park and there are many alleys. Another option you can think about is city tour bus. There are a total of 4 lines that only stops near attractions. If you use red, you can go to Gwanghwali, Haeundae, and Donbaek Island. If you use blue, you can go to the Gwanghwan Bridge, Haeundae, Haedong Yonggungsa Temple, Osiria Station where Lotte Road is located, and Songjeong Beach. With green, you can go to Hinyeol Village, Orukdo Skywalk, and Songdo Cloud Trail. Orange can go to Songdo Cloud Trail, the Kwancheon Culture Village, and Gukje Market. Of course, these lines go to places I have not mentioned. I'll put the link in the pinned comment for those who want to know more. There are only daily passes, and fare for red, green, and orange line together is 15,000 won, and blue alone is 15,000 won. You can purchase all line pass for 20,000 won if you want to use all lines in a day. Children under the age of 19 are 8,001, 8,001, and 11,001. Passes can be purchased with card from the bus crew when you first get on the bus. If you buy a day pass, you can transfer lines freely, so it'll be good to plan your trip by checking the lines that go to the places you want to visit and the transferring location as well. Red, green, and orange runs through Wednesday to Sunday, and blue only runs through Wednesday to Friday. Check the timetable by going to the link in the pinned comment. Also, they have night sightseeing tour bus which requires reservation. Check it on the website as well if you are interested. Food. Let's look at foods you might want to try while visiting Busan. First is seafood. Busan is known for seafood. You should definitely try it while you are there. Hue, which is lawfish, and grilled clams are generally known here. You can eat hue at Haeundae or Taejongdae, or you can go to Haenyeo village to eat hue and other seafood at a lower price than Haeundae. You can visit Cheongsapo area where there are many restaurants serving grilled clams. 돼지국밥, pork rice soup. The representative food of Busan is pork rice soup. It's soup which pork meat is added to a broth made by boiling pork meat and bones. Add chives and rice into the soup and eat it together. It goes well with diced lettuce and kimchi that comes out on the side. There are so many pork rice soup restaurants in Busan that you can eat them almost anywhere. 밀면. Milmyeon is local food of Busan. It's one of the food that people might ask, have you tried it in Busan? It's a cold noodle with noodles that are made from wheat flour and starch added to cold pork broth. It's different from regular cold noodle naengmyeon, so try it. 물떡. Multek is a rice cake boiled in fish cake broth. You might have seen fish cake from street food stall. In Busan, this multek is added together in the fish cake broth. When you are trying street foods in Busan, give it a try. 조방 stir-fried octopus. 낙지볶음, which is stir-fried octopus, is one of the Korean food. But 낙지볶음 in Busan is a little different. It's boiled in a soup instead of stir-frying it. These days, people have it adding beef, intestines, and shrimp, and it is called nakgopse. Seed hotdog. Seed hotdog contains various seeds inside the hotdog. Is one of the snacks people eat when visiting Busan. Hotel location. In my opinion, the best place to stay in Busan are Haeundae, Gwangalli, and Busan Station. Haeundae is right in front of the beach, and there are many hotels and restaurants nearby, which is good. Gwangalli, many young people these days find accommodations here. It's because of the view of Gwangan Bridge and the price, which is a little cheaper than Haeundae. People usually get Airbnbs here because there are less hotels. Busan Station is probably the cheapest place of the three. Since most of the city tour bus I mentioned earlier start in Busan Station, it will be convenient to take city tour buses. Of the three, you can choose one with more attractions that you want to visit are located nearby. Personally, I prefer Haeundae because Haeundae is a must-go place when you visit Busan, so you have to visit Haeundae anyways. And there are many things to do around Haeundae, so you don't have to use transportation for that region. There are many restaurants and new Heridankir nearby, so there are many food options. Visit Busan Pass. Like Discover Seoul Pass in Seoul, there is Visit Busan Pass in Busan. With the pass, you can take transportation for free and can visit attractions for free. There are only 1 day and 2 day passes, but I think it might be a little difficult to plan a trip using this pass. Of course, it would be a great pass if you use it well. If you are planning to take a city tour bus and go to attractions that are covered with the pass, then it will be good to buy a 1 day pass. Other than that, I don't think you need to buy this pass. I'll put the link in the pinned comment below so that you can check which attractions are free with the pass. Tips. I think these comments from people who have traveled Busan really explains the situation well. By the way, thank you for sharing. It really takes a while to go from one attractions to other in Busan is because there are places that are hard to get by using public transportation. It's good to plan the trip with plenty of time. It's hard to go to all the places I mentioned at once, so select the areas you want to visit and plan your trip. You will have to walk a lot, plus there are a lot of hills, so you might get tired quickly. Try to visit 1 or 2 areas a day. You must visit Haeundae and Gwangalli area, and other places are your choice. Be sure to avoid rush hours from 6 to 8, especially in Haeundae and Gwangalli. There are many large apartments and many touristic places, so traffic is jammed there. So if possible, do not drive, do not take taxi at that time. Bus can be a little faster because it has its own lanes, but if you can use subway, use the subway. I always went back to hotel area before 6 p.m. or just go at late night to avoid the rush hour. Some things you should be careful about. Metro. Due to Busan's topography, the gaps between metro and platforms are wider than ones in Seoul, so be careful with steps. Taxi ride. Taxi drivers in Busan drive with great thrill, so please wear your seatbelt. Watch out for cars on hills. There are many roads on the hills. You may not see cars coming from the other side, and the cars may not see you too. So when you go up or down the hills, or when you cross the street, be aware and be careful of cars. Especially if you're traveling with children, then be extra careful. I'm not trying to give you phobia, but just telling this so that you can keep this in mind. Busan people know this well, so there is no problem with it. But if you don't know about it, it can be dangerous. Questions. I could only find one capsule hotel called Hotel 1 located in Gwangalli. The price starts from 35,000 won. I will put the link in the pinned comment. You can take a look. For a one-day tour, I recommend Haeundae. Go around these places, and if you have extra time, then you can hop over to Gwangalli area. For the budget hotels, I heard Fairfield is affordable in Haeundae, and hotels near Busan Station are affordable than hotels in Haeundae or Gwangalli. Also, you can check the capsule hotel that I was talking about before. This hotel has rooms too. It will be 5 hours a round trip, so if you really want to visit, you can. But for me, I would plan to visit Busan next time. For 2 nights, I would say Haeundae, Gwangalli, near Busan Station, and Songdo. Please refer to the transportation part of this video. I would probably travel Seoul for 7 days, but if you want to visit one other city, then maybe visit Busan for 2 days. You can go to many places, including Pohang, Namhae, Daegu, Gyeongju, Miryang, Andong, and Jeoje Island. Yes, now they are available. Best place I think is Nakdong Cherry Blossom Road, but it is really far from Busan Station. So another place I recommend is Busan Dalmaji Road. It's near Haeundae area. Train ticket is around 54,000 won. I think KTX is better. Please watch this video for detail. Yes, you can use Kakao T. It's harder to get tickets on the weekends. You can get one, but maybe not in your desired time. If you can, please reserve one beforehand. This is why I don't recommend bus as a transportation option for foreigners. But many buses have English announcement or a monitor showing stops in English. If not, the only way is to count stops while checking the map. Most of the restaurants in Haeundae Street are foreigner friendly because many tourists visit the main street. But don't expect too much of kindness there. Also, in Haeridankil, there are English menu I saw, and I have seen many foreigners eating in burger shops and taco shops there. In Korea, it is so hard to find vegan restaurants. It might be better to search for vegan restaurant in Google Maps. I've seen some in Haeundae. If you want to search for one in Neighbor Map, copy the word from the pinned comment and search it in your desired map. I've seen only one in Haeundae in Neighbor Map. Yes, but at night, only Haeundae and Gwangalli area. I say this because it's dark and the hills give some blind spots in other areas. But it's not dangerous, but just be careful. I do not know so much about guides, but maybe you could check Trezi website. They have many different tour options. Today I went over the part 2 of Busan video. I hope it was helpful. Please refer back to the part that you might need to see it again. Also watch these 2 videos because they cover a different topic about Busan trip. Once again, it's hard to go around every part of Busan in just a short term, so don't push yourself. Have plenty of time to enjoy Busan. This is it for today. Please give it a like to this video and leave us a comment to support us. Subscribe our channel for more Korea travel tips. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.